Kendo Podcast episode 182. In this episode, I want to talk about what is the most important thing for you to do at promotion exam and tournament. Kendo Podcast by Hiro Mafuji from Kendo-Guide.com. Thank you for listening. This podcast is about Japanese martial arts Kendo for Kendo lovers and supported by Kendo enthusiasts through Patreon.com. Thank you for your support, guys. Please visit Kendo-Guide.com for more Kendo information and how to support Kendo-Guide.com. Welcome to Kendo Podcast episode 182. Now, the title was too long, so I'm not going to repeat it. But I'm going to tell you a very, very important thing for you to do at the very beginning of Shiai's tournament or match and promotion exam, okay? And this is not only my words. It's been said for years, of course, and also Nishimura sensei reminded us that judges are human. Referees are also human. So first impression is very important. Now, this is very deep, okay? Or maybe not. First impression is very important. It's not based on they don't judge you based on only first impression, but you know how important it is, first impression. And if your first impression is bad, especially for exam, excuse me, if you look bad, right? If your ki is too small, you're weak, it's hard to pass your exam because these are requirement. If your ki is going, or you can't hear it. If you look awful, like your manhumors are messed up and you're not wearing keikogen hakama right, you can't pass because they are in requirements, okay? And of course, they will have to think about it, especially your ki is small, weak. If your ki is loud, really loud, and go, good ki, they don't have to think anything. Okay, he has a good ki, or she has a good ki. It's one less thing for you to worry about, or for judges to worry about, because one requirement is already satisfied. Now they are there to pass you, not to fail you. So they're gonna look for something good about you, but like I said, when you give a bad first impression, it's hard to turn it around. So first, give a good impression. It's the other way around. Is kind of you give a good first impression and then going down gradually, which is pretty bad too. But I think, to me, if you give bad impression and if you have like few minutes, right, to show how good your kendo is in promotion exam especially, it's hard to turn it over, right? Bad impression to he or she is really good at last, it's very hard to do that, especially again small ki or weak ki. So how good your first impression is very, very important. So that's why your sensei always say it's not that's why, it's a requirement, and we have a good reason to ask you or tell you to have a good loud ki. It will help you with the kendo, okay, in the future. But if you can't really see how it will be helpful in the future, so you just do it anyway, and it's really good for your breathing too. When you go you're exhaling a lot, so you can inhale When you inhale oxygen, it's good for your body, right? So again, it's a good benefit, and also it will give you, Kendo wise, at the very end, you know how, this breathing will help you to focus as well. Now, anyway, so if you cannot feel it, that's fine, but you just do what your teacher tells you to do, because after all, guys, judges are also teachers. So they tell their students the same thing. So if you do what your teacher is telling you to do, that means you're satisfying what judges want you to do as well. Think like that. Referee too. You go out to shiai, right? And probably you have this experience if you go on shiai. Now, if you fight against someone famous, someone really good, they're shimpan shinai. Maybe you don't see this while you are fighting, but if you see shimpan, while watching someone else's fighting, and one of them is famous or very strong, the shimpan's hand is, going up. You can see their hand moving all the time. So they are expecting this guy will win. Okay? Now, I know the referees have to be in the middle, right? But if you have less kiai than your opponent, quite likely you are giving bad impression to referees. Okay, so you think, oh, he or she is not having good kiai. I prefer the other guy. Again, they are trying to be in the middle. They are trying to see you guys equally, but somehow you have to, they have to have this standard. Okay, for this shiai, this level, I have to have the standard go up here. So if they don't have, they don't satisfy these requirements, I'm not gonna give them points. So we have to quickly judge what kind of competitors we have to referee, and we gotta set some this bar level. For kids, we have to set the bar really low, or for adults, I have to set this bar really high. So you have to have this bar going up and down for refereeing. But I want to be as equal as possible, right? But again, everyone knows referees are human, and you are human, your competitors are human, and judges are human. So once they have this, I hear really good kiai, that impression is stronger, right? And they tend to favor that person. You know what I mean? Unconsciously. Okay, unconsciously, because that's what we are looking for. We are looking for loud kiai, really good strike, good posture, right? And if you have this bad kiai, bad posture, bad strike, who are you gonna favor? It's obvious. So impression is important. Impression in Kendo is how much you are satisfying these requirements, right? So, and then we can go, oh, this is good Kendo, this is not good Kendo. He needs to, or she needs to work on her Kendo more. That's how we judge, right? So listen to your teacher, and they will tell you what kind of Kendo you should be doing. So follow what they say, and you should be able to pass your exam, or you should be able to kind of get attention from the referees to yourself rather than the other person because of your Kendo. All right. So I wanted this podcast will be very short. I'm gonna finish. I'm kind of wrapping up now, but it's very important, right? Very important. So be allowed. Okay, if you're, it doesn't matter. Your level, what level you are. You gotta be allowed, right? And some eighth dan sensei even say we used to say when you get older you should be very quiet, but great senseis have great ki as well, the quality and quantity, amazing, so we are not really eighth dan, right? So we should have really, we gotta shout our butt off. So we gotta shout, we're gonna shout and do our best. Do our best means do what is required as a good kendo. So that's what I think we should be doing. Thank you for listening, and I will see you in the next week. I would like to send special thanks to patrons for their constant support through patreons.com/Kendo for Life.